Tonight we're going to take a look at a bunch of vintage tools that I have, and we're going to try to come up with an arrangement of tools to put on this pegboard here in the garage. I did look around briefly for the pegboard accessories that I know I have somewhere in this house, and I was not able to find them. I think I'm just going to buy new ones after I select the tools that we're going to put out here. I don't like to buy things I know I have, but the box that I had bought was like a combination set of different ones, and I had used it to set up the bench on the inside of the house. So it is kind of picked over at this point anyways, so it probably wouldn't have everything that we need regardless. So there's a bunch of tools here that are not everyday use tools, like this wrench, for example. And that type of stuff can stay in the tools drawer. But I've got a ton of screwdrivers and all different things that would be daily use tools that we can look through to come up with a good set to set up here on this bench. This is part one. This is part two. Do I have a part three? No, I don't have a third bucket. I do have a bunch of tools in the drawer over here. There's some good stuff in this drawer too. Some of these are really old. An old manual drill. That's pretty cool. I remember my grandfather had one like this. Needs some oil. His was plastic. This one's probably much stronger. This is a I forget what that is, but that's some type of tool. And, you know, that actually should probably go on there. Some electrical tools in here. Some screwdrivers. Some magnets. Yeah, so there's some things that we can put in here. A lot of these tools are heavily used. They all still work, but I want to start with these tools first because a lot of these are new old stock, and they're in. Why is the camera just, the preview is just black? I don't know what's up with this camera. The preview screen was just completely blank for the previous clip, so if that clip was blank, well, I just showed a drawer of tools. We'll go back to it. In case nothing got recorded, what I was saying is in the drawer of tools, a lot of those tools are heavily used and worn. And while they're still perfectly good and still work, a lot of the tools in this bucket are actually new old stock. So I'd rather start here with these first. So, adjustable wrenches. We're going to make a pile of giant tools that we're not going to use too often. I'll put all these giant tools in the drawer because although I will use them on occasion, it's unlikely I'm going to use them with any regularity. Now that I could see using that in the garage. These I think that we will put all into the drawer. These are super handy to have. Portable vice grip that can go in the drawer. That can go in the tool drawer. This is just not a very useful tool to me. This is an interesting crescent wrench. That's something that I'm not going to use very often. That's enormous. That's enormous. That's enormous. Finally got some rubber mallets. I've been needing those for so many years. This is actually a super handy device. This is a toner for regular, like 120 volt wiring. This we'll be using tomorrow. I want to put that in the house on the indoor bench. This isn't outdoor, they're both indoors, but there's a wheel. So I'm going to use this bucket. There's some junk in the bottom of the bucket. I'm going to use this bucket for our giant tools. And we'll set those aside for now. These, I feel like I'm going to use these a lot, but I'm not sure I want to waste the space on a pegboard. We'll have to see. That'll be a tentative to go on the pegboard. Okay. These will be a tentative for the pegboard if we have room. Well, actually, this in the garage you probably would use often. Maybe those should go on the board too. Put the mallets on there. Put the hammer out. But actually, I have two of these, so this one, this and this I'll put on the inside. I have a lot of duplicate tools, which is now going to come in handy as we build the second setup here. That's junk. This is cool, but it's not going to be something we use often. This should go in the drawer. This goes with the gardening stuff. Okay. So we're going to take this out of the picture for now. Focus on this box. So we have hammers. I have a regular hammer that I was just using earlier. We'll put that on this bench. That's a giant tool. like tools so much. There's a lot of really unusual ones in here. And so here we go with the new old stock stuff. Like these I don't think have ever been used. This is actually a tool that I've been wanting to get for a long time. This is for opening those little clips like what's on the GE plastic blade box fans. That's what this is for. I've been wanting to get one of these for years. And now I have a nice vintage set of 3 different sizes. These all came from that new old stock house that I've mentioned on video before. I would really like to, I'd like to cite the owner and give credit where it's due, but it was requested to remain anonymous, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that house was that was really something. I've never seen anything like that, and I've been to probably hundreds of tag sales and thrift shops and so forth over the years, and that I've never seen anything like that. That really was a once in a lifetime opportunity. We've got a set of vintage Allen keys. I think I want to put these in the drawer because there's no way to hang these. Put those in the drawer. This hangs. We'll put that out. This is a bunch of bits. These are very large bits. They're Sears bits. Put those in the drawer. Vintage Craftsman bits. Put those in the drawer. These will hang on the pegboard. Hex key set. And there's a bunch of individual ones here, which I guess we'll put the individual ones in the drawer. Put that on the bench. We've got screwdrivers of all different sizes and shapes here. Some of these are really long and a small tip. We got short ones. Pliers, more of this. It would be nice to have a couple of these out that I use regularly, like I use these for the bike handles and so forth. So if a couple of these I'll keep out that are the sizes I use regularly. I asked how much space we have up here, and then we can decide how much we got to put out. Vice grip. Actually, this probably should go. This is really small, and this should probably go on the inside. Because mostly I'm going to do bigger projects out here, so the smaller tools should really go inside. Keep this one out here. That can go out here. This is I believe this is called a feeler gauge. These are all different. This is small engine repair stuff. Can use these to find gaps and things. These are all different thicknesses. It's an old Craftsman made in USA. This we're not going to be using very often. These are like carpentry tools. Chisels. This, oh, I forget what this is. Oh, you know what this is? This is for cleaning the terminals on a vehicle battery. Screwdrivers. Another even smaller vice grip. See, like this is the kind of stuff that was there. It's like, when else do you find a brand new set of these from 15, 20 something years ago? Every size imaginable. We've got 2, so we'll keep one of these outside, one inside. Okay, that goes inside. I've got one of these inside, that can stay outside. That can go inside. very powerful scissors. I'll keep that outside. Actually, not even sure what the use case for that is, so we'll put that in the tool drawer. Okay, so we got more pliers here. Outside, inside. Outside, inside. Well, we're not going to put too much inside because the bench is already full, but I'll try to shift around some of the tools that are unlikely to be used inside. This is very small, that should go inside. That's too big to be inside. These are, actually I'll be using these coming up. These are wire strippers that go down to 8 gauge. So I'll be using these. I can go inside with electrical tools. Very small little cutters, that can go inside. Tiny little pliers, that can go inside. Keep a set of tiny pliers out here. More feeler gauges, these are of different sizes. This one's metric. This one is standard. Put those in the tool drawer. This is more files and carpentry stuff. Gigantic tools. That stuff can all go in the drawer. These pliers are of all different sizes. This one's coming off. That's from have to be used inside. Drill bit. These are for window screen repair. Use these once every couple of years, but it makes the job go so much easier. Those can go in the tool drawer. This is it's probably the same model, but it's different size wires. This is 26 through 16, so this is actually very small, and this is very large. Very handy. Screwdrivers, good scissors. Keep those out here. Very small pliers. I'll have to divide those up. Cutters, larger pliers, tin snips, adjustable screwdriver. Okay, I don't have as many screwdrivers as I thought I did. That's a pretty unique clamp. Put that in the tool drawer. This is a punch for doing trim nails. You use this to push them in all the way. Back in the tool drawer. Larger pliers. So we have 2 sets of tin snips. One of these can go on the bench, and one will go in the tool drawer. I guess that can go out here. Screwdrivers. This is probably a complete set of all different sizes. So if I have the space, I'll put them up. Otherwise, I'll just keep out the couple common sizes I use on bikes, and we'll leave those on the bench. The rest can go in the tool drawer. It's kind of an unusual apparatus. Maybe we'll leave that out. That can go in the tool drawer. I got a bunch of kind of unusual screwdrivers here. See, this is like something that I could potentially use inside or outside. I can always go to different benches as I need the stuff. But. So like inverted pliers, I don't even know what the heck you would use this for. Stuff's all sharpened and ready to go too. It's got a razor sharp in there. It's crazy. All the stuff's in good shape. Okay. So that's, come on. So this is all the stuff I think should definitely go on the bench in here. All these screwdrivers. This could go in the tool drawer, and all these tools, this should all go on the bench. Now let's take a look at this drawer. I think that this drawer should have some more screwdrivers. So we've already got a hammer on the bench, so we'll put that in here. This saw I use often enough that we'll say we can put that on the bench. This I don't use too often. This I use pretty often. Try to put that on the bench. Maybe we can put this on the bench too, that'll hang easy. I don't have any this size on the bench, I'll put these on the bench. Got a bunch of these little clips here. Probably put one or two on the bench and then keep some in the tool drawer here. These need to be cleaned up a little bit. This is a gardening tool. This should go in here. Oh, you know what? I think I want to try to put some of these saws on the bench because they're very clunky to store. That one's got a really nice handle on it too. There's two saws on the bench. I thought that there were more screwdrivers in here. This is a really nice set of Allen keys. Unfortunately, some of these got wet at some point, and there is some rust. So someday we'll clean those up, dump them in the, I think, Diet Cola, and that'll take all the rust off. But this is a set that we could actually hang up on the bench because it's got the two hooks there. So if there's space, then we'll do that. The level's got a hook. We can put the level out. Here's a screwdriver. This is a wire stripper. It is adjustable. There's not as much in here as I thought that we should put out. Another screwdriver. I really thought that I had more screwdrivers in this. Not that you really need them because you have all the different bits that can go on the electric one, but I just thought that I had them. No, you know what? I know where they are. There's a toolbox somewhere that's going to have more screwdrivers. Where is that toolbox? Is it, I don't know, is it under here or is it inside? It might be inside. Oh, here's a screwdriver. I just want to find all the screwdrivers because I'm going to go to the store tomorrow and buy the stuff for the pegboard, and I don't want to buy an inadequate amount of screwdriver holders. I think this is the toolbox over here. Got a rotary compressor over here. Let's see. This is pretty heavy. It's got to have something in there. This is the one I was. This is at least one of the two that I was thinking of. It has a bunch of screwdrivers in it. You know, I think I did actually condense the other one that I have in mind into this one as well, because the other toolbox was getting kind of rusty because it was in a flood. And I want to clean this toolbox out so I can actually use this to go to jobs, take the tools, in a nice vintage box that I know isn't going to break. There's some screws in here. This is something that's handy to have. This is a wire gauge meter, I guess. I don't know what the terminology is. Impact socket. Got a bunch of old rulers. These are kind of cool, expandable yardsticks. Put one of those out. Alright, so now we're going to fill up the screwdriver section pretty good. We don't even have, like, I guess this is probably what, a number 1 or 2 Phillips. Doesn't say. That's dumb. We don't even have like standard sizes here. These are all oddball or big ones. There's some cool stuff in here. A little testing apparatus. This is another feeler gauge. This one's kind of rusty. So these are all the tools I was thinking of that are very used, but they all still work, so that's fine. They just don't look as nice. Oh, doorbell apparatus. Electrical misdemeanor. This one's an electrical felony because it doesn't have a way to ground it. At least with this one, you can ground to the box. And it's pretty satisfactory still. Okay, so most of the screwdrivers are down below here. Alright, here's all of our normal size screwdrivers. Good grief. What the heck happened to that one? Even the top is all messed up. Wow. This one's very old. It's a shame it's in such bad condition. I'll keep it because it's vintage and it belonged to a relative, but this is in really bad condition. This is a torque, no it's not, but it's one of those ratcheting ones, I think. Does it work? I can't tell if this is working or not. It doesn't really... Oh yeah, it is working. Yep, that's working. Okay, a basic adjustable wrench, that's good, we need that out here. Basic pliers, we need that out here. Some of these really small screwdrivers I should put inside instead. This one's got like something all over it. I don't know what that is. Very old Teflon tape. That's pretty cool. Well, that's missing the handle, so that's not super useful. And nor can we shut it, so it's kind of dangerous. Craftsman wrenches. These are metric. That should go in the tool drawer. Hook. Yeah, the rest of this will just go in the tool drawer, I think. I don't really see using any of this stuff too often. The crescent wrenches, there's kind of no point in hanging those up because I have a set I go in a box and get a set of them out if I need different ones. It's an interesting knife. Yeah, there's plenty more good stuff in here, just not items that really need to be on the... Oh, those are locked up, we gotta clean those out. It's just not stuff that makes sense to be on the pegboard. Okay, so I think that's everything that we need from here. Well, this is kind of good to keep out. Good sized bits that should go. Well, everything in here will end up going in the tool drawer. Those are working. This, I'm not really sure what this is for. It's like the screen repair tool, but it's kind of sharp. Okay, so let's keep a good basic ruler out. Alright, I think that's it from in here. That should go on the pegboard. That did find me a lot more screwdrivers. That's what I was thinking of. And over time we'll eventually go through and clean this out. But not today. Okay, so now we got to make somewhat of a list here. Of what we might need. Alright, so we have, let's see how many screwdrivers that we have. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 17, 18, 20, 24, 26, 29, 30, 31, 33, 36, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 45 screwdrivers. That's a lot of screwdrivers. Okay. And plier type things. Let's just make sure we don't have too many duplicates here. See, like this is kind of the same thing. I don't think there's a reason to have two of those on the bench. And no, that's a different size. Yeah, like that's pretty much the same thing. That should go inside. I'll put that inside too. Okay, so how many this is? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 15, 20. Let's say about, that's 22. Let's say 20 plier holders. We can probably eliminate 2 that we won't use regularly. I don't know how much these are going to cost. This could be outrageous. Alright, so that's accounted for. That's accounted for. And we need a bunch of just plain hooks. And small stuff like this, I don't know what you'd hang this on. I guess a hook. Alright, so So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things for hammers. And we need a plethora of hooks. 1, 2, 3. Actually, this I would say would go on like a hammer holder. Let's up that to 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Let's say we'll get like, I don't know, maybe 40 hooks. And that pretty much covers it. Because this could go on a hammer holder as well. Let's just get 8 of those in. And we'll probably have to go back and get different ones, but at least that's a starting point. And depending on how much space, actually I think that we're going to find that this has a surprising amount of space to it. I think we can fit all this and then quite a bit more, some of the larger tools. So if it all fits, maybe we'll get some long hooks for some of those clips. Let's get, let's see, maybe 5 long. Let's get 10 long hooks, because then we can put various different clamps and stuff up there. And we'll stop there because I don't want to buy more than we can actually fit. I'd rather, you know, just get everything up here that we have now and then go back later to wrap it up. Okay, so I think that that's everything that we would put up here. So I will go to the store tomorrow and I will obtain this stuff and probably spend a fortune and a half. Is this toolbox empty? I think it's empty. Yeah, this toolbox is empty. So I'll go tomorrow. I'll get some of the stuff that we need for the pegboard. And then once we've got all these tools up there, if we still have space, we'll think about what else we want to put on.